Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're back with Endless Legend. We ended the last episode of this game having received some new quests. And we'll review those quickly and start pursuing them. So we have 3 current quests. The first one is Embers, which is, I believe, our main faction quest. We fulfilled the requirement to parley with 2 villages to gather more information about my brother's death. And the next part of the quest would have me look for rogue troops in a nearby temple. So we will journey that way at some point. The Snark and Awe quest would have me colonize the region of Ardent. So I believe I started production on a settler towards that end. And I think if we can get to that point in this episode where we've colonized a new region, then we will call that this episode's goal. And then there's the Rough Men quest, which would have me make sure that there's no enemy army in the region called Davenor in 5 turns. We are in the region of Davenor right now with our primary army, which consists of my hero, Zarka Atenul, and 2 Telsum Warlock units. I didn't really talk much about heroes last episode. A hero is basically a special, unique unit that has special defensive and offensive abilities and special governing abilities. If you would rather have them govern one of your cities rather than lead one of your armies, they can provide benefits to your city as well. And you can gain more heroes. You can create them at your cities. You can hire them through the mercenary market. Number of ways to get them. And they level up like RPG-style heroes throughout the game. They get XP. Their abilities can be leveled up, and they can gain new equipment and armor, that sort of thing. So throughout the game, there's a sort of persistent progression to your hero's arc. If they are defeated in battle, they don't die permanently. They respawn at your city and basically have a timeout or a cooldown era before you can use them again. At least that's how I remember it being. So yeah, that's how heroes work. I tend to keep them leading my armies until I get to the point where I have more cities than I know what to do with, and then I'll start assigning them to governing roles. This looks like an enemy right here. This is the right... Yes, Davenor. That is the region we want to clear out. So I will straight up attack these guys. They only have a settler unit. We didn't really talk about battle in our last episode either. We didn't have to fight at all. We might be doing a fair bit of it this time. This should be an easy fight if they don't retreat. If they retreat, then there's no fighting, and we have to wait till the next turn to take any more offensive action. Battle is pretty simple in this game. You choose a strategy, offensive, defensive, or hold position, and you choose your participation mode. Manual, where you control every movement of your army. Spectator, where you have the computer do it for you, but you can watch. And automatic, which just resolves it in the blink of an eye. You don't see any battle happen, but the computer resolves it the same way it would have in spectator mode. We'll just choose offensive and manual, and we are ready to fight. Retreat. The opposing troops made a successful retreat. So we have to wait till next turn to fight them again. We have 5 turns to make sure there are no enemies in that region to fulfill that quest. Okay, let's review what our city is doing here. We got our borough streets, which have 4 turns to complete, and our settler unit, which will take 9 turns to complete. Let's also queue up an Ateshi Zealot and the Museum of Araga. We'll put that... We have to choose a tile for it, and I'm going to choose it based on its resource output that it will give us. 1, 2, and 1. 3 industry. 3 industry and 2 science. 3 industry and 2 science. 7 industry, 2 science, and 2 dust. So that's clearly the best spot to put that. Our hero has leveled up, so let's give her a new ability from the skill tree. Reinforcement positions for offensive armies. Looks like I'll do that. Reinforcements are nice to have in battle. And that should do it for this turn. As you can see, it is winter. Winter began towards the end of our last episode. It just reduces our unit sight lines and makes tiles output fewer resources. And we also can't move our armies as far per turn. Winter should be over pretty soon, though. Alright, looks like that settler is making a run for it. We're not going to have any of that. Try and close in again here. Same thing, we'll try and fight them offensive manually. And they were able to retreat again. I kind of wonder if you get a set number of successful retreats before you lose. Before you get overtaken and you have to fight. I don't think there's anything else to be done this turn, so we'll just end it there. They're going to keep moving, I'm guessing. They didn't move anywhere. That's interesting. Try and fight them again here. Victory! The opposing troops tried to retreat, but they've all been destroyed. That's very good. Now, in our quest, we have 3 turns to verify there are no enemy armies in this area. We'll move up this way. I don't see any enemies up there. It's going to be tricky to do because it's winter. Oh, although the seasons did just turn. Alright, our researches are complete. Mercenary market is done. Now we have an empty research queue. Yes, thank you. Summer has returned. So now let's queue up some new technologies. We'll do search party. That'll give us more loot when we investigate ruins and explore the map. Cultivation is good. Empire Mint is good. We'll do Empire Mint and Cultivation. So with 3 technologies queued up, that should keep that busy for a little while. Alright, I think we have 2 turns left to make sure there's no enemies around here. We'll explore this little nook. I have a feeling we're going to fail that quest somehow. That just seems to be how it goes with those types of time-sensitive quests. Got some infantry units leveled up. Excellent. Our burrow streets are done, and our settler is up next. We have a gold booster available. We'll activate that. I believe that just gives us a gold bonus per turn on our city tiles. Continue our exploration here. I don't see any enemy armies, but I think we only have 1 more turn to make sure there's no one in that region. Yes, 1 turn. Quest complete. We did do it, actually. Patrol the region of Davenor to keep enemy armies away. We got 15 titanium for that. Titanium is a resource that occurs in mineralized form. The extraction of it is a complex process for an alchemist, but the effort is worth it. Light, strong, and resistant to water damage, this metal can transform armies. So that may come in handy if we want to upgrade armor or weaponry for our hero at some point. The outcome of that quest, congratulations, the villages of the region called Davenor trust your protection. They are pacified and willing to serve you, which is great. After we have colonized Ardent, which is, I believe, this area right here, then maybe we can expand over in Davenor as well. So let's send our hero back to our own home region here. Because once this settler is done being produced, 2 turns. 106 gold to fast track that production. Once that settler is complete, we're going to move right down into Ardent and start colonizing, with an eye towards completing that quest. You know what? As long as we're moving this direction, we should explore those temple ruins and get that quest taken care of as well. I almost forgot about that one. Okay. 1 turn left for settler, 3 turns left for our zealot. Museum is 16 turns away from completion. Whoops, I want to look at our research here. 2 turns from completing search party. By the time that's done, we should be at our next temple ruins to explore here, so hopefully we get a little extra loot for that. We'll end our turn again. Settler is done. Let's make a new army from these 2 units and move them in this direction, towards the region we want to colonize. More temple ruins in that region as well. Move our hero army towards these ruins. We've encountered a new minor faction, the Boss. The Boss are centaurs who live in herd groupings. They are nomad warriors, relatively simple and uneducated. Wearing little clothing, they are less well adapted to cold climates, but still roam far and wide across Auriga. Very interesting character design there. Okay. I don't think we have anything else we can do this turn. Out of movement units, out of movement units. We will end the turn. Search party's done. Empire Mint is up next. We should be able to search these ruins. We completed that quest. We found true believers hiding in the villages, and our numbers are bolstered. More than this, some even claim to have knowledge of my brother's death. So we actually received 2 army units for completing that quest. Very interesting. New quest. Ancient paths. The truth is we are growing slovenly. Turning away from the caress of thorn and whip and fire. Turning away from the old gods. Turning away from the very pain that gave our lives meaning and power. I was disgusted by our failure. My brother even more so. We didn't see eye to eye on all things, but we saw eye to eye on that. He was searching for something that might arrest our fall and restore our convictions. What, I don't know. Whenever I pressed him, he would say, "Sister, the truth lies in shadow. When it comes to the light, I will tell you all." He was taken in the final contrition, trying to learn that truth. I've talked with one, a man named Fissilt, who claims knowledge of my brother's death. He tells me that shortly before Verda lost his life, he was often seen traveling an ancient road that joined 2 ruins, those places where the dust whispers. Many avoid this land's old places, believing them haunted by long-dead spirits, but perhaps my brother had found something important there. The only way to know is to search the ruins. Start searching the 2 ruins indicated on the map. One of them should hold the clues you are looking for. And we get 10 blood crystal if we can complete that quest. It's not time sensitive, so I don't know why we shouldn't be able to complete it. Here's our extra new infantry units. We will join them to our main army. Get the 30 dust we deserve from those ruins. Now let's zoom out. Okay, so there's one of our indicated temple ruins. I think this is the other one over here. Yes. So one of those 2 should hold the quest secrets that we're looking for next. Looks like we have some enemy roaming armies over here, so maybe before I try and settle here, I'll join up my main army to my settler army. We have an empire plan, and I have a few available influence points. We haven't reached Era 2 yet for technologies, so this is as far as I can extend my influence points right now. Population has grown. That's good to know. Let's put one member of the population back into food. That should do it for that turn. Completed our Zealot. Museum of Araga is next. Let's activate some pillars by our city. The game was kind enough to remind us. Pillar of Knowledge, which increases our science output. Before I do that, let's turn on Fidzy. Alright, so we'll probably want to put that pillar... Actually, it looks like you can't put it where you already... Or you just can't put it on your Nexus tile. I see. Put it there. Oh yeah, that's going to greatly increase our science. And movement speed pillar, we will put... right there. That should allow our army to move farther per turn. Our gold booster effects are over. Gonna move our main army back this way. And that should do it for this turn. Glimpse of a new era. Thanks to the scientific progress of another empire, new building, legendary building and deeds are available and ready to be complete, but you must be fast. Only one empire will be able to achieve each one of them and receive the benefits. I'm not familiar enough with that mechanic to figure out how that works. A battle with a roaming army is about to begin. We greatly overpower this. So we now have a chance to actually perform a battle. So I'm going to do it manually. I may not always do it manually, but just so you guys can see how battle works in this game. We'll go on the offensive, do a manual battle, ready to fight. So the map kind of turns into this almost like chessboard arena. And there's 3 phases per turn of battle: deployment, targeting, and execution. So now we get to deploy our armies. We'll move an army here. Move an army here. We'll just kind of fan out here a little bit. Put our hero at the forefront. Has some ranged ability. So now we're ready to fight. Now we'll target. All the... oh, there's some units in the rear I didn't even remember that I had. Targeting looks fine. There's only 2 enemy units to target, so I'll just leave that as it is. And now we launch the battle. Basically, you and your enemy both queue up deployment and targeting at the same time, and then when you execute the battle, all those decisions happen simultaneously. So it has sort of the feel of a real-time battle, even though it is executed in turns, technically. This is going to resolve pretty quickly, it looks like. Yep, no one for us to attack anymore. That's a pretty large army we have. That could come in really useful. Victory! All opposing troops have been destroyed. Excellent. We'll move our hero army in here with an eye towards spearheading our new colonization effort. And that should do it for this turn. Okay. let's take a look at Fidzi. Figure out where we want to put the city. There's a lot of gold and industry output right here. And a decent amount of food, dust, and even some science right here. So maybe we just put the city right here. There we go. Quest updated. To pacify the Nidya in Uarden, awe those village fools with the glory of your empire. And we did it. We colonized region of Uarden. New objective, maintain a minimum of 3 influence in your new city for 5 turns. Okay. We have 1 population member in that city. If we put them to work in influence, that brings us to 3. So if we can do that for 5 turns, then we should be able to complete that quest. There's an roving enemy unit down there. Let's move our armies close by. Maybe explore these ruins. New quest added. The Accidental Desecrator. A casual camp in a protected dell led one of your patrols to inadvertently desecrate a graveyard. The tribe to whom it belongs revere their ancestors, and in their eyes the holy ground has been fouled. The site can only be cleansed with blood. Defeat the troops protecting the sacred site. Their blood will be on your conscience. Well, I guess we have to fight them. It's not a very large army, although it is kind of strong. They have a lot of hit points. Whatever. I will automate this battle for the sake of time. We did defeat them. All opposing troops have been destroyed. I didn't lose anybody, but they are getting low on HP, so I may want to think about healing those units. We received 15 titanium as a reward for that battle. The unfortunate death of innocence is yours, in addition to victory. So I'm not sure if I can... Typically, I would heal units here for a nominal fee in dust, but it looks like I can only sell my units. Maybe that's one of this faction's weaknesses, that units don't heal, but they are easier to produce short term. Interesting. Alright, let's end our turn. Oh, let's get some construction going. I didn't even see that. We'll create a zealot and a warlock. End our turn. So for 5 turns, we want to maintain 3 influence in our new city to complete that quest. Research is complete on Empire Mint. Cultivation's next. It looks like we have a battle coming up. Yeah, those birdmen. Birdmans. We'll automate this battle as well. We did defeat them. I'm not really keeping enough of close tabs on my army to see if I'm actually losing units each battle. I don't think I am, because I think it would give me the red X like this, but curious. Alright, let's move towards these temple ruins. Join up. I don't know if we actually can join up. No, we can't, because this army already has 4 units, and we can only have 4 units in it. Okay. Still have 3 influence points. Hero leveled up, so let's give her her next skill in the tree. This one is the Battle Hymn, which gives +6 attack to level 1 units, +8 attack to level 2 units. No, excuse me. Level 1 of this skill gives us +6 attack. As we level up that skill, we get additional attack. End the turn. We've received a message from another empire. Your expansion gives us a common frontier. Think of it as a line on the dirt. One side your city, Other side, your death. So the necrophages are now leery of us, diplomatically. To which I say, deal with it. Looks like it's going to be a common, ongoing thing. Move our armies towards these temple ruins. Is there anything we need to queue up for research? Not yet. We're almost ready to move into Era 2 for technologies. 2 turns till that zealot is complete. And in our other city, 9 turns till the museum is done, so nothing really to be done there. 2 turns till our population grows in our main city. Let's explore these ruins. Searching these ruins has led to a dead end. We did get 5 titanium for it, but we didn't find anything out related to our main quest. So we're going to have to journey back up towards Davenar for that. So let's just retreat this army back towards the main city. We have 45 titanium right now. Might not hurt to make some stuff for our hero, some new armor and equipment. Population has grown in Ardent. 5 influence. We'll keep them both working on influence for now. I think that will just help guarantee that we complete our next quest marker. End of the turn. Looks like winter has begun. Research of cultivation is done. Dismiss all those notifications. So now we need to research 1 more technology to reach Era 2. It's 9 technologies. I thought it was 8. That's okay. What do we get here? Open pit mine. Let's create advanced alloys, which will let us use titanium or glass steel to upgrade tier 1 weaponry. Should only take a couple of turns to do. I think I accidentally did queue up open pit mine, which I'm not really interested in at the moment. Okay. Continue our army's movement. Towards our next temple ruins. Some notifications. Empire of Angritad is proposing a peace treaty. Cold War does not advance our mission. What do you say to peace between us? Sure, why not? For now. Imminent empire plan. New empire plan in 3 turns. Save some influence points. We might have researched Era 2 or reached Era 2 technologies by that point. I hope so. Population of Angrin has grown to 4. Let's put them to work in science. That should advance our research speed by quite a bit. Ooh, actually that brings our food production back down to 0, so maybe we keep them in food for now. And then, yeah, we knew about the research queue. Alright, let's end our turn. Quest complete. Snark and Awe. We maintained a minimum of 3 influence in our new city for 5 turns. The villages in the region suddenly begin to take you more seriously. They are now pacified and content to join your empire. That being said, we have a battle with them. So, let's fight it manually. No reason not to. And then I think we'll call it good for this episode. Let's deploy our armies here. Actually, our deployment is pretty good as it is. We'll have you target you. And this warlock. Alright, let's just go with that. It looks pretty good. It's some powerful area of effect damage that unit has. Using some magic on the enemies here. One down, one to go. Everybody target that guy, including the hero. Yeah, that guy's got some power. And that should be it for this battle. Nice work, team. Nice work. Very nice. It's like, you've pacified everybody in this region. And as soon as it says that, roaming army comes and attacks me. But that's nice, because there's several towns, or villages in this region, that can now produce things for us. Got some units leveled up. We assimilated that minor faction, the Nydia. Great work. I don't think there's anything else I want to do this turn. City production is going fine. Army unit. Yeah, we can move this one up here. But yeah, that should do it for this episode of Endless Legend. We made some good progress. Colonized a new region, pacified 2 regions, and got a substantial boost in army size and won some military victories. So in the next episode, hopefully we'll find out some more story-wise from our main quest as we investigate those next sets of temple ruins, and hopefully start to expand into Davenor as well. Maybe we'll build a settler and colonize that region too. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Endless Legend. We'll be back next time. Take care.